Hello and welcome to yet another session of Testbook Live. We are here once again with you to discuss the difficulty level of SBI PO Prelims exam today, which was held today in 4 slots. So also there is a surprise in store for you today. So stay hooked to the video. We'll disclose the surprise shortly. So sir, before we begin with the analysis, I had a question that most of the students are done with their exam and they have started preparing for mains, but there are still some students who are not that happy with the exam. Their exam did not go that well, unfortunately. So what do you think they should be doing now?
See, the first thing is ki the exam was little bit surprising for some people, and when there is such a huge exam in line, so
Yeah.
people who are well prepared might not get that much good attempt and that good exam slot for them, and it may happen to good students also. So I'm sure that whoever have not done well in the exam, I think they have multiple chances coming up in terms of more exams, like there are a lot of exams are going to happen in banking also. Then there are exams under SSC, railways and insurance. So I think the exam session has just started, and it will be a good exercise for them to fill these forms and appear for these exams. And since we know that the pattern and the type of questions under these exams are more or less similar,
Yes.
if we talk about all the banking and insurance exam, so I think whatever guys have been studying, I think they should not break their flow, and keep on studying and keep on solving more test papers on the side, so that they can do better in the next exams, because it's all about exam temperament.
Yes.
Yeah.
In fact, most of these exams are still open for applications. You can go to Testbook blog and see recent recruitment notifications and apply to all these exams. There are various exams like SSC, CPO, and SBI is also holding 2 exams. One is for SME recruitment, and another one is for I think
Clerk, we are still waiting.
clerk. We are still waiting. Yes, but there's yet another exam. You can go and check on Testbook blog itself. Another thing is that there is a direct link to apply in each article. It will take you hardly 15 minutes to apply for the whole exam. Like sir said, levels also similar.
Difficulty level is similar, yes, we can say. In some exams it might be a little bit higher,
Okay.
and in some exams it might be a little bit lower also. But I think the test papers that are there on the site, that should cover all the possible difficulty variations that are expected out of these exams or future exams. So yeah, so I think we should not worry too much. You know, this exam has already 3 tiers, pre, then mains and interview.
Yes.
Yeah, so I think if you haven't cleared pre, and or you think that you are not going to clear prelims, then I think you should start working on future exams.
Okay. And also future exams are slated, and it's a very good opportunity for students, but I think somehow since the IBPS kept the first day's exam pattern slightly changed and the rest was similar to the first day, don't you think it was fair on its part to do so for the
If IPS is changing the pattern, because that we saw in the first slot, so that was a good move, because it will really help select good guys who are prepared, who understand the subject. But keeping it same, yes, it gives little bit of extra edge to the students who are going to appear in the subsequent slots. The reason being that though the question will not be same, okay, but they will have a better planning. Whoever was going to appear the first day and first slot, he or she wasn't aware that whether he should appear for this kind of puzzle or not. Those kind of things were there. But if once then that these kind of questions are coming, so you can plan ahead that I have to solve these type of question, and I can I can ditch some of the type of questions, so that gives better planning. But still by looking at the competition level and the pressure, I think बहुत ज़्यादा फर्क नहीं पड़ना चाहिए. There should not be much difference. And also there is a normalization process in place. So I think that will be pretty much taken care of.
So let's now take a look at the comments that students have.
Yeah.
Also, once again, I'd like to remind you to stay hooked to this video because we do have a surprise for you. So the first question is from people are generally asking about the cutoff, expected cutoff.
See, now I think we are in a better situation to comment on cutoff. We evaded this question during first two sessions because we were thinking that IPS might change the pattern little bit with these 2 days, Saturdays and Sundays. But since by looking at the user reviews and user comments, we have come to realize that the pattern and difficulty are more or less same as it was in the earlier sessions. So I think it will be around the last year's cutoff only. It might go a little bit higher because paper wasn't really tough, and apart from the people who appeared for slot 1 or 2, most of the people were aware about what to expect.
Okay.
And that will give them better chance and attempting. So I think we can assume it to be around 50. Yeah.
Okay.
50 plus we can assume.
But not less than 50?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. So someone is asking, are there any sectional cutoffs? So yes, there are sectional cutoffs. In fact, we will also tell you the expected cutoffs for each and every section. I think.
Yeah. So basically, if you look at the English section, so English section has been easy to moderate. Okay. If we talk about reading comprehension, reading comprehension's questions have been little bit inference based. So you can attempt half of those questions. Even synonym and antonym types question were not straight away question. You had to work hard to get those right. So English section can be called easy to moderate, and I think its cutoff should be around 9.
Okay.
Yeah. And reasoning we can say that by looking at the prelims exam, reasoning was moderate and lengthy in terms of that there were some puzzles that had only one question based on it. So that made it lengthy and moderate in that turn. But if you look at the paper overall, it wasn't really tough, reasoning paper. So I think 8 to 9 should be the cutoff for reasoning.
Okay.
And if you talk about quant was easy. I guess 1 DI was calculated for some people out of 2. Okay. And a few questions, single questions were also lengthy. But if you plan properly that you know whether you are going to attempt this question or not, I think quant was easy, and its cutoff should go around 9.5 or something. So I think quant cutoff should be highest of all 3. And
okay. So coming to our next question. Sumit Puri has asked that 58 attempted on 29th April first slot general category. What are his chances?
See, you should also have told me about the accuracy.
Yes.
Because attempting 58 isn't enough. But I would assume that if you have attempted just 58 questions, because we had thought that good attempt should be around 65. So 58 little less than that. So I think you should have good accuracy. And if you're getting 50 plus, then I think you are in good zone.
People are saying that the puzzles this time were very lengthy and time consuming. Like you just said, the reasoning section is
not really lengthy. I would say that there was one set of 5 questions that were lengthy, which had many cases.
Okay.
But apart from that, the puzzles weren't really lengthy. It's just that if there is a whole puzzle and only 1 or 2 questions based on it, then it automatically makes it difficult, because you are going to solve only one question after investing 2-3 minutes on a question. So that makes it the whole paper lengthy and in turn moderate to difficult. But I don't think the puzzles were lengthy.
Okay. Sumit Puri again is asking कि normalization होती है.
हाँ, normalization obviously होती है, because if normalization is not there, then how would they judge, people from one slot to the people appearing in another slot? So there is a basic normalization process in place, and I think IBPS, every time IBPS also releases what is the normalization process. So we will cover it on the blog, in some in form of some articles. So you should, definitely look at our blog on a daily basis. So make it a point that you open it once or twice a day and see what kind of new exams are coming up. Is there any other notification under any exam, if admit card is out or something like that? So I think you should definitely keep on looking at the blog very frequently.
Yes. Yatin Arya is asking how to start mains preparation. Again, like Sir just said, you have to keep looking at the blog. There are already so many articles there to start your mains preparation, because mains is not going to be very easy, not even as easy as the prelims was, because I think so, right?
Yeah, and I think we have already written a few articles.
Yes, we already
about
have a few
mains,
articles.
so it will be a good place to start. It will give you a good idea where to start.
There are articles for both objective and descriptive exams, so do keep a check on the textbook blog. Okay, so someone is saying that आज reasoning and math time consuming था. The person has attempted math 16, reasoning 18, English 24 and total 58, and is disappointed.
See, if you have attempted these many questions, it's not a bad attempt actually, but we were assuming that you will do better in one of the sections.
Yeah.
English 24 is pretty good, but if you look at quant and reasoning, I think you should have attempted 2-3 questions more in both of them. But 58 attempt and with good accuracy, 98% accuracy, I think we should be through.
Yeah. So Ankita Upadhyay again has a question that she has attempted 47 questions with 96 to 97% accuracy. What are her chances?
She is from general category. 47 with almost all correct also puts you on the line. You might go anywhere. So I think you should work on you should start working on mains.
Yeah. Okay, so Shashi is asking SC PWD category attempted 47, English 23, reasoning 10, quants 14, 90% accuracy. So on 29th April, 4th slot. So what are the chances?
47 with 90% accuracy, that puts around 42-43 marks, and I think you should also be on the line.
All those people who are on the line, they should actually start preparing for the mains, and simultaneously they should also start applying for other exams, I think.
Yeah, so I think, the point is the marks of prelims exam are not going to be added in the final score. So prelims exam is just for cutoff clearing. So if you think you are on the line, then you should start preparing for mains, and better way to start doing that will be from blog. We have covered one very extensive article about mains preparation, so that will give you a perspective.
Okay, now coming to the slide, coming to the contest that we are holding, there is a question for you which you have to answer, and we will choose a lucky winner. It will be a completely unbiased lucky draw, and the moment a lucky winner is chosen, we will announce it to you. The question is of reasoning section, and it's a very simple puzzle. All you have to do is quickly just take a look, try to solve it as soon as possible, and make sure that you're the first one to comment, so that you do qualify, so that you do come in the list first.
Yeah, so there will be a lucky draw.
It will be a lucky draw, but it's always better to be the first one to give the answer.
Yeah, and one who wins, you'll get a free test series from Testbook.
Yes, of course, you'll get a free test series from Testbook, absolutely free. Okay.
So no asterisk?
No, none. This is a free test series.
Okay.
So do we get extra marks in SBI PO if we have 100% accuracy, like it is done in IBPS?
See, I'm not sure if even IBPS does that, because they haven't mentioned anything like that in their notification.
No, they haven't.
So if you got to know it from somewhere, then please share it so that we can share it with other users.
Yes. Another question is.
So by the time Tushta is looking at the comments, I would try to emphasize that paper, when you attempt the paper, you should start with English.
Yes.
You should go on to logical reasoning, and then you should go on to quant. The reason being that for English you need fresh mind, and because English is not much about solving, but rather than reading and comprehending, so it'll set your pace and will put your mind to ease. So it'll be a good place to start. Give 15 minutes, try to attempt 22 questions, and I think we should be good with that. Next you move on to logical reasoning. Why logical reasoning and not quant? We have covered this in last sessions also, that in quant you can solve one question in say less 1 minute, and but if you start solving reasoning questions, and if it is a puzzle and you already spend 2-3 minutes on it and time gets over, then you get nothing out of it.
Yes.
So keeping quant in the last, you can in the last movement you can solve 2-3 questions, and that can make all the difference. So start with English, followed by logical reasoning, and then followed by quant. And what will be the time division for that?
I think the time division for reasoning has to be the most, like you said, it's a very lengthy section. So I think you should not spend more than 15 minutes on English, because English English it's easy to attempt, but then spending I think more than 15 minutes deprives you of the chance of making your best attempt in quant and reasoning. Right. So give almost 15 minutes to English, and then move on to reasoning. Give 25 minutes to reasoning section, and then the remaining time goes to quant. If you think there was something that you should have attempted earlier, you can always go back to the question and do that.
So for doing that, whenever you are solving a question and in the middle of it you realize that it's tougher than you thought of, then you should mark it for review, so that while coming back, just say you have 4-5 minutes left, then you don't have to surf through all the question to find whatever question you wanted to solve. So mark for review will be a good tool to use.
Okay, so coming back to the comments, SBO applicant is asking that he wants to target SBI PO and SBI clerk for next year. How should he start?
See, it will all depend upon what's your current preparation level. So I think good place to start should be you appear for 1 or 2 mock tests and see where you stand, and then figure out your weak and strong topic. I think we already covered these things in our analysis. So if you appear for even free test on the site and see what kind of topics you are strong in and what kind of topics you are weak in, you can start working on the weak topics through the practice section, which is absolutely free with very detailed solutions. And then you can work your way through with one test at a time, and improve, and then work, and then improve. So that's it.
Yes. So Aman Bashisht is asking that on 29th April 70 attempted, 30 in English, 21 in maths, and 19 in reasoning. So he gets usually 20 plus in English in textbook mock tests. So what are his chances?
See, 20 plus in English in textbook mock test is a very good score. So because the level of our test series is slightly difficult than the test series than the tests that have appeared all these slots. So if you are 40 plus 45 plus in our test, you are easily through if you have kept your temperament during the exam, obviously. So but I think yes, if you're solving good 10-15 mock tests at least on our side, then we should be through.
I cannot see any answers in the comments for the contest that we are holding, which is very surprising, because don't you guys want to win a test series?
We'll not give SBI PO test series. We'll give some other exams test series, which is in future. Obviously, SBI PO Prelims is already almost done.
Yeah. So I guess you guys want to take another look at the question. So the question is.
So it's a coding decoding based question.
Yes.
It's a reasoning puzzle, and it's a very simple one, and I think you should be able to solve it even without using your pen.
Yes.
So I'm surprised that no one has responded to it yet.
And
I think people are waiting for someone to start.
so there are answers now. Okay. Make sure you keep answering. You'll be selected we'll tell you the selected winner at the end of the live session. So there's another question. Sir, how many candidates in general category SBI will select for mains?
So there is like 50% reservation, right?
Yeah.
So whatever number SBI is going to select, total for mains, I think half of them will be from general category, and the ratio that is generally followed in these exams is that if you are going to select X number of people finally, then they'll select 20 times of that for interview, and then 20 times of that for mains.
Okay.
So you can get that idea.
So comments have started rolling in for the answer to the contest question, which is very good. Good to see so many people preparing very hard to get a free test series, because this is what determines the level of competition in today's exams.
Yeah.
Okay, so
so I'll just summarize the the paper analysis once more.
yes.
Yeah. So for one hour you should divide in the order English, reasoning, and then quant. Give 15 minutes around to English, 25 minutes to reasoning, and then remaining time 20 minutes about to quant. Don't get stuck on any question, because there are a lot of easy questions in each section. So don't get stuck. You will find other questions to solve. And if you keep your temperament, and if you have solved decent mock tests before going to the exam, I think you will be easily able to solve more than 65 questions with accuracy. So that will put you through.
Coming back to the comments, 55 attempted, 18 in reasoning, 18 in maths with full accuracy, 19 in English, 95 to 96% accuracy. So today's last slot, general category. What are Rakhi's chances?
I think you have a good chance if whatever you are saying is actually the number, and you have solved with that much accuracy. I think you should be through.
Okay. So sir, exam was on 30th, first slot, 20. What are the chances? General category.
See, what I'll tell you. It's obviously not going to be different cutoff for different slots. There will be a normalization, and they will come to a number. So the overall cutoff that we are thinking that should be around 50. It might go 1 or 2 marks here and there. So 50 is a safe place to assume. So 50 total, and around 9 to 9.5 for each section, 0.5 here and there. So for all the people out there who have doubt about their cutoff and number of attempt, if you are getting 50 plus and you are getting at least 10 in each section, then I think you should be fine. This is for general category. Now you can talk about other categories. So you can look at the last year's trend and see the similar ratio should be there.
Yes. Okay, so Surya has his exam tomorrow in last slot. Any advice for him, sir?
Yeah, so I've already covered this 2-3 times. I'll again emphasize that there should be a proper order. You should start with English, followed by reasoning, and followed by quant. Time, whatever you should give, 15 minutes to English, then 25 minutes to reasoning, and then 20 minutes to quant. So this should be order. Another advice is don't get stuck on any question. And I think that's it.
Anyway, every question is carrying the same amount of marks. There's no point getting stuck anywhere. Move on to another question. You don't know which question will change your fate. So, okay, Sumit Bisht is asking, sir, will I be able to clear quant cutoff? Attempted only 14 with 90% accuracy.
See, I don't know how do people come up with 90% accuracy. So I would assume that you are getting 10 plus marks, and I think yes, you should be fine.
Yes. given that the cutoff still remains 9 to 9.5?
I don't think the cutoff will go beyond 10
Okay.
in each of the section. It for overall cutoff might go higher, but I think sectional cutoff is something that's not going to go above 10.
Okay. And normalization is going to be there probably?
Normalization is definitely going to
Definitely
be
going to be there. Okay. Okay, so we are still waiting for your questions. You can ask other questions also. So, in any case, people are asking where to start for mains preparation. So, I'd like to tell you here that start with your objective paper first. Make sure you cover the reasoning section very well. In quants, in any case, you are going to get only data interpretation and analysis in mains. So, make sure, I think that is the syllabus, right? So, yeah, so make sure that you begin very well in because data interpretation is something I think which is not as difficult as other quant questions.
It might get tricky to solve because there might be sometime there is a lot of data to be calculated.
Okay.
So it will be a good time to start working on your approximation skills.
Okay.
So where you don't have to really calculate the thing totally up to the last digit.
Okay.
So you can make those kind of approximations and get approximate answer. So that is the thing that will help you in mains exam, but you can't really go there and start applying it. You have to work on it and apply it during the mock test that you are applying.
Yes, very important. Do take mock tests because textbook mock tests come with solutions for each and every question, and these solutions are crafted very carefully to help you understand the crux of the matter for each and every question that you solve. So make sure you do take textbook test series and start your preparation for the mains exam from there. Also, you can check out the blog and see how to prepare SBI PO mains exam. There are tips and shortcuts and quick quizzes for you. So Testbook has put in a lot of effort to make sure that you pass the exam. The question is, how much effort are you willing to put? Meanwhile, there's another question from Akshay, 29th slot, second. So attempted 54, 18, 18, 18 with 95% accuracy for sure.
So once again I'll say, if you're getting 50 plus and 10 plus in each section, you should be through.
Okay. Neeraj is asking, how should I start preparing for next year?
So next year, for starting your preparation for next year, good place will be to appear for a mock test and get to know about your general aptitude skill.
Yes.
And then work on your weak areas and keep on solving more tests as you go forward. So that should be a good place to start.
Okay. Shivashish Roy is asking that in main statement, assumption, cause effect, etc., what's the weightage of these topics? These topics are very important. Cause effect and statement assumption are obviously very important topics. You can go and check out the weightage in the syllabus that Testbook has published on its blog for the mains exam. There is weightage for not just statement assumption and cause and effect, but for each and every topic and subtopic. So you can go and check out there. But these are very important topics, definitely. Okay. So another question is, what about cutoff prediction of prelims? So I was wondering if you could repeat the cutoff prediction.
So basically, we are expecting the cutoff to be around 50 and individual cutoff to be around 10. So if you are getting 10 plus in each section, and if you're getting 50 plus overall, then I think we should be fine.
Okay. And we have not covered, and nobody has actually asked this, but what do you think will be the safe attempt in today's exam overall?
Safe attempt is a hard question to answer because it all depends upon the accuracy.
Yeah.
But I would say that with looking at the paper level and the pattern, I think 65 should be a good attempt.
Okay.
So if you are not scoring, if you have not attempted 65 questions at least, then I think you should have solved more mock test going into the examination. And I think if you have not done that yet, you should start doing that from now on for future exams.
Yes. Okay.
So we have a winner for today's contest, which was a reasoning question from coding decoding, and the winner is Akash Panchal. So congratulations, you will get a free test series, and for to claim your prize you need to drop an email to support@testbook.com, mention today's slot, today's analysis, that I will winner in the today's contest, and you will get a test series.
Our team will get in touch with you. All you need to do is drop a mail, right?
Yeah, to support@testbook.com.
Yeah. Okay. We are taking a few last questions. If you're still waiting to comment, please comment quickly. Ashwini is asking that there's a doubt regarding the normalization process. Is it done for just the first day, first slot, or for all slots, or the very first day?
See, so I'll not get into the technicalities of it, but I'll explain what is normalization in general.
Okay.
So the normalization means that you normalize one set of marks, and to gauge its difficulty in comparison to the other slot. So it is performed on each slot, and then a common platform is figured out that what should be the common difficulty for all these slots, and then the cutoff is decided.
Okay. Difficulty wise, what is the difference between SBI and IBPS?
See, it's hard to comment now, because IBPS is changing their pattern frequently, and now since SBI is also conducting the exam through IBPS, so we can call it that all the exams are being conducted by IBPS only, and it'll depend on how the tables turn.
Yes.
Yeah, so can't really comment on what would be the difficulty difference between the exams, but try to solve mock tests that are of varied difficulty and varied patterns, so that you are not surprised on the exam day. It's better to be surprised while preparing and then on the exam day. So I think in the test series we also take care of this. We start with some sets that are similar to or little bit lower than the exam level. Then there are some sets which are exactly same and or little higher than the exam level, and then there are some sets towards the last that are part of the test series which are of higher difficulty level. So it'll give you a good edge if you solve all the test papers that are there.
Okay. So with this we'd like to conclude this session. In the end, thank you so much for joining with us today. We'll come back with another session of the SBI PO prelims analysis for all slots tomorrow, same time in the evening. Do make sure that you do connect with us there also, because tomorrow we'll give you a quick brief of how to prepare for mains exam. So all of you who've been asking today can tune in tomorrow and get the tips. Also do subscribe to us, and also hit the bell icon when you subscribe. This will keep you notified about all the notifications related to our videos, to our webcasts, to webinars, to all the live sessions that we are going to hold. So do subscribe, stay connected, and keep checking Testbook blog. Thank you so much for joining.
Good luck for your exam.
Yes, all the best.